Mine?
I didn't quite understand that.
I don't either, what you just said just now.
Okay. Well, in other words, you might look at other people, and you might think that other people have a more normal way of dealing with relationships. Yours is, you have to embrace the unusual. You have to understand that things might happen to you that will be a little different, and that can be fun, and not be afraid of it. I have to go.
Into it?
Could you call back next week, perhaps?
Okay, thank you very much for calling. It's now 9:38 at WVIP. Let us see. We're going to go to Nancy just a couple seconds away, 30 seconds away. Nancy, and also to Barbara, who's calling for her son. We'll be back with Mary Michele in exactly 30 seconds.
There's something always happening at Teddy's Nightclub. Come on, take a break from the grind tonight. Monday night's Mexican night, and that means a south-of-the-border buffet. All you can eat from 4 till 8 p.m. with great drink specials, including $2 Coronas. Only at Teddy's Nightclub, located at the Holiday Inn Mount Kisco. Exit 37 off the Sawmill River Parkway. So if you think it's too cold outside, head south of the border and straight to Teddy's Nightclub for some hot winter fun. Teddy's Nightclub at the Holiday Inn Mount Kisco.
All right, let's get back to the phones now. Mary Michele is here taking your calls. Nancy is calling from Yorktown. Date of birth is May 12th, 1957. Nancy, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Morning. Good morning, Mary.
Hi, Nancy. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I do. In the process of, most likely I'll be breaking up with my partner right now. And I are kind of separated right now. We didn't live together, but he's my boyfriend. And I'm wondering what's ahead for me in terms of love and marriage.
Okay, you were born at the full moon. This is always a time, someone that's born at the full moon is someone that is always dealing with opposites and polarities, both within yourself and with the people that you get involved with. Now, this is true to a certain extent of the nature of mankind, that we kind of vacillate between, thinking somebody's horrible and somebody's wonderful. But within yourself, you're carrying the nature of that to a greater degree, having been born at the full moon. Also, the sun in Taurus, the moon in Scorpio, Mercury in Taurus, Venus in Taurus, you're a very grounded person. You're someone that understands the nature of comfort and security and the material world. Money is important to you. You should have someone should be in your life that, you understand, you both understand the nature of money and that you work well with money. I think certainly that throughout this year is a good time for you to make changes, and if you need to make this change, I think that you will, it will be the right thing to do. I have to go. If you want to call back next week, that would be great.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you for calling. All right, we've got, do we have any open lines? No, we have no open lines right now. A lot of people want to talk to Mary Michele. You want to get to the next one?
Definitely.
Okay, Barbara is calling for her son. His date of birth is January 21st, 1972. Barbara's calling from Somers, where she's watching on cable channel 12. Good morning, Barbara. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Good morning, Barbara. How are you?
I'm okay, I guess. My son wants to know, though, if there's any romance in his cards or whatever, the stars and...
Your son wants to know.
Son wants to know. Yes.
Why didn't he call?
Well, he's at work right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's a good reason. Let's see. 121. First day of Aquarius. The moon in Aries. Mercury in Capricorn. Venus in Pisces. He's very idealistic about love. There's a, Venus in Pisces. It's the idea of chivalry. King Arthur's court. People sort of writing poems to each other and sending flowers, and there's really a very spiritual side to the way that he perceives love and how he wants it to be. The moon, Mars, and Aries. This is. He tends to want to fight. Does he fight with you?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he tends to fight with women. He perceives you, the moon in Aries in his chart, he perceives you as quite a strong person.
Okay. I hope to be for him. I'm his mother.
Well, this is good, but, sometimes it also makes people fight harder. And what will happen usually with that perception of the mother, is that, in turn he will look for women that are going to be very, very strong and sometimes might fight with him.
No kidding.
Okay?
Oh, okay. I will let him know, but you don't see anything at all.
I think the thing is that now is a good time. The next couple of weeks is good. In June, the beginning of June is a very good time for him, to put himself in a position to meet new people. I can't really say if he definitely will. It's a state of mind. He has to believe that he will. I can tell him the times that it will be better.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
By the way, if I may just ask a question to Barbara, do you have eyes in the back of your head also? We all think that mothers have eyes that are 360 degree. They can see all the way around. So that's good. All right, we're now at 9:43 at WVIP. Let's go to line 4. Ann is calling from Mohegan Lake, watching on Cable Channel 12. Date of birth is March 12th, 1960. 3/12/60. And good morning, you're on with Mary Michele.
Hi there, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
All right. Did you have a particular question?
Well, I spoke to you last week, and you said there was going to be a change in my life on Sunday, and I didn't ask you, is it a good change, a bad change? And I was wondering if you could tell me about my marriage.
Okay, the reason I talked about the change is because the planet Saturn moved on into the sign of Aries on Sunday. You have the Sun, Mercury, both in the sign of Pisces, Moon in Virgo. So this whole transit of Saturn has been very, very difficult for you for the last couple of years. I think you've already come to this decision about your relationship. I don't know if it's something that you feel is work-outable or not, but I think that you have already made the decision, and I think now is the time that you're going to have to implement that decision.
My relationship is rather good.
It is. Okay, well then there it is. Then you will continue, you will turn it around. The thing is that what you want to do now is not ruminate about it, because you needed to while Saturn was in Pisces. You didn't have much choice in terms of restructuring it or doing whatever it is that you needed to do or get rid of it. But the fact that it's good, I think that's wonderful. But the way in which you want to change it, you have to do something about it now. How would you like to change it?
Well, I would just like it to be stronger and better. You know how people are never satisfied. It's a good relationship. We have a child, a home. Finances are always hard, but things are rather good. I should really have no complaints.
Well, I think that they're going to get better. I think the thing is that, that's what I'm talking about in terms of the way that you think about things. You have to make a conscious effort now to push ahead. It's no longer about contemplating and thinking about how it isn't working or how you would like it to be better. You have to implement new ways to make it better. And money is good this year. I have to go. Thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you for calling. We're going to be back to Mary Michele just a couple seconds away. We do have one open line now at 241-1310. Back in 35 seconds. When you need copies, call Graphics. At Graphics, we have self-service copiers, high-speed copiers, economical copiers, and color copiers. You can get 1,000 cheap copies for $20, 1,000 high-quality copies for $30, and full-color copies from our Canon color copier. We even do large-format engineering copies. And if you need booklets, we'll velo bind or spiral bind your copies for you. So when you need copies, call Graphics. Graphics located in Mount Kisco across from Burger King. Call them at 241-3145. And remember, for printing, copying, and computer services, it's Graphics in Mount Kisco. All right, back to the phones with Mary Michele taking your calls on astrology. Eleanor is on line 5, calling for her son. His date of birth is 11/13/63. Good morning, you're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning. Eleanor, is it?
Yes.
Yes. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, my son has been going with a girl for the last 4.5 years, and she's also a Scorpio, and we're just wondering why nothing's going on. He's not getting married, he's not making a commitment.
Okay. He has the sun in Scorpio, the moon in Libra, Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Sagittarius, Mars in Sagittarius. What happened around Thanksgiving? Was there some indication in their relationship around Thanksgiving?
Yes, they were talking about it, but nothing came about.
Well, I think the thing is that they probably, there's something that transpired at that time that they know about. Venus and Mars, both in the sign of Sagittarius. Does he travel? Does he like to travel?
Yeah.
It might be the kind of thing that he would want to go away with her, and perhaps, you might encourage them to take a trip together, and that'll bring things to more of a decision. I have to go. Could you call back next week, perhaps, if I haven't completely...
Okay.
Thanks
All
for
right,
calling.
thank you for calling. Next caller is Diane, calling from Shenorock. Date of birth is 12/5/63. She's calling for her husband, actually. His date of birth, November 17th, 1959. Diane, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Good morning, Diane. Did you want to know something in particular about?
Basically, business and finances.
Okay. 11/17/59. Okay, Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Gemini, Mercury in Sagittarius, Venus in Libra, Mars in Scorpio. I think that his business, his finances were difficult for a long time up until last fall, and then there was a shift. Has he started something new?
Relatively, yeah.
Has there been, do you feel like it's been on the upswing, but it hasn't quite clicked yet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, it's going to. It's going to take a little more time. And, again, I think that if you could perhaps travel with him or, encourage him to travel a bit, then that'll take his mind off of it. I have to go. If you want to call back, we can talk more about it next week.
Oh, we got a lot of phone calls here. We got 4 people waiting on the line with Mary Michele at WVIP. I have a quick question for you. People with the same date of birth but different years. Now, Richard Johnson and I both have the same date of birth, except I'm older than he is. Somewhat. Not all that much, but enough. And the question comes up, do we basically have the same...
Well, you'll be in the same cycle.
Yes.
So this year, what's your birthday again?
July 5th.
5th.
Yes.
7 and 5, so
Yes.
7 and 5 is 12,
Right.
so that's 3. So 3 in 1996 is 7, so you're both in a 1 year. You're starting new things this year.
Oh, okay. See what you learn? All right, let's get back to the phones. Let us see. Margaret is calling. Margaret is calling from Yorktown Heights. Date of birth is January 13th, 1926. You're on with Mary Michele. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good, thank you.
Good. Did you have a particular question?
My husband passed away 4 months ago, and my house is in the process of being sold, and I have right now I haven't even found anything, and I was just wondering, what is my future? I mean, I'm very depressed, and don't know where, I'm in a sort of confused.
Okay, you have the Sun, Moon, Mercury all in the sign of Capricorn, so there's a lot of Capricorn energy here. You have Venus in Aquarius, Mars in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Aquarius. I think that you have to remember, the sign of Capricorn is a material sign. It's an earth sign. It's dealing with the material world. It's very lucky for you in terms of money this year. You probably got the price that you wanted for the house, and, you will be able to invest this money wisely, however you choose to do it, whether it's buying a new house or, putting it in some other kind of securities. You will do well with the money, and I think you have to have more confidence in that and believe in that a little stronger. I know it's been very soon. 4 months is not a long time to have lost a spouse, a best friend, so I think that it's emotionally going to take you a little time to adjust to this, and you have to realize that it's just going to take some time. But your money thing is going to be okay.
Okay, but you don't see anything in the future as to my moving or,
It'll be sudden. However it chooses to happen, it'll be sudden. So just be prepared for that, because I know you don't like sudden change. I have to go.
Okay, thank you for calling. Next caller is Jim. Date of birth is February 4th, 1954. 2/4/54. Jim's watching on cable TV over in Lake Peekskill. Jim, you're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Hi there. How are you?
All right, Mary, how you doing?
All right. Did you have a particular question?
Well, I guess the general love and money.
Love and money?
There you go.
Okay, 2/4. Okay, Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces. Your relationships probably you haven't been feeling too good about them for the last couple of years, but it's definitely, there's a big change now. So if you're either involved with somebody or you're looking to get involved with somebody, you need to take action. Are you involved with someone?
Well, yes and no. I don't want to go into it, but yes.
All right. Well, you need to take action. You know now how you feel about this person. So you need to take action of either saying that it's not going to work or going to the next level of the relationship. But now is the time of action. It's no longer about contemplation. Could you call back next week?
Sure.
Thanks so much
Okay,
for calling.
we've got lots of calls here. Next one is Julio calling from Yorktown Heights. Date of birth is March 8th, 1963. 3863. Julio, you're on with Mary Michele.
Hello, Mary. How are you?
How are you, Julio? 3863. Okay, so you were born with the sun in Pisces,
Right.
the moon in Virgo. You were born at the full moon, Mercury in Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I've been working on a particular children's project geared towards the entertainment industry. And I've been working on it for many years now. And every time I seem to put it away, it keeps something always happens that it wants to keep reemerging itself. And I'm getting kind of frustrated because it seems a long time in the making. And I was just wondering if it's in the stores for me or it is.
You have to do it.
I do.
Yeah, you have to stick with it, and you're very good with kids, and you're very good with coming up with unusual ideas for children. Venus and Saturn in Aquarius, you Mercury in Aquarius, you're very entertaining, and you work well with them, and whatever it is that you would do would be a little ahead of its time, and that's why it's hard to make it stick, but it will.
I think that's why it's so frustrating, because every time I do come up with a concept, a lot of the people that I deal with don't understand it, or it's not in the foreseeable future.
You're going to have more energy now to get across to them what you need to get across. So don't worry about it. Just stay with it.
All right, thanks.
Judy is calling now from Somers, watching on cable channel 12. Date of birth, April 10th, 1940, 4/10/40. Judy, you're on with Mary Michele.
Okay. Hi, Judy. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Can you hear my little dog here? She's muttering to me in the background.
Really?
Yes, Missy. I know you're a good girl. Now sit down. Okay. 4/10/1940. You were born with the sun in Aries and the moon in Taurus. Okay, you get what you need. Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Gemini, Mars in Gemini. Are you calling about relationships?
No, more about a career change in the year to come.
All right, well, money is very good this year. Saturn and the moon in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus. Jupiter is trining all of this. There might be something unusual in the way that money might come to you this year. Do you take risks with money?
Not too much.
Well, you might want to take a couple of risks this year.
Okay.
Things might come back to you in an unusual way, not what you expected. Your will is going to be a little sublimated in the workplace, and you're going to have to give way sometimes to people that is not always going to be exactly the way, Aries likes to initiate activity, and sometimes it might be somebody else's ideas you'll have to work with. But the money will be there.
Is there a possibility for a change creatively?
I think any way that you want to make money is going to be good, and you can make the career change. In terms of the creativity, it's going to be a little more difficult. If you want to talk about it more, you have to call next week. Sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. Nancy is on the phone from Yorktown. Date of birth, March 5th, 1944. 3544. Nancy, you're on with Mary Michele.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Hey.
34?
No, 3544.
3544. Okay. Did you have a particular question?
Just that we're trying to sell our house here in Yorktown, and I don't know exactly where we're going to be and what, in the future, that it's going to be, prosperous and...
Well, you like the sun. I think the sun is important to you, and the water.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, go to Florida. I don't know if that's in the cards.
North South, because I still have a son going to, he's going into college this year. So I don't want to move that far, but like a little down county, get my, sell my house here
and go down to Mount Kisco, somewhere around there, Pleasantville?
Well, you're going to definitely have more energy. You know, the Sun and Mercury in Pisces, you haven't felt like you can make a decision about anything for quite some time, and you're going to have more energy to do that.
Oh, good.
But I think that, you know, in terms of your child, you know, it's you have to think about yourself too. You know, I mean, it's very important. The Moon in Leo, you know, the inner child, your child. You know, it's very important for you to think about where you need to go and what you want to do, and that will help your child no matter how you choose to do it. I'm sorry, if you want to talk about it further, could you call back next week?
We got one final caller here. It's Patty. Date of birth is August 16th, 56. Patty is watching in Shrub Oak on cable channel 12. Mary Michele, we've got about a minute left, so let's go.
56?
56. 8/16/56.
Okay. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I do. I'm in the middle of a court case, and I'm really worried about the outcome, and I was wondering if you could give me any insight.
Does it involve a woman?
No, it's a family court case.
Okay, the Moon in Capricorn, Mercury in Virgo, Jupiter in Virgo. You know, there is the decision that it you know, things might go more in your favor, but there's some kind of a screw up around if there is a woman involved in it, either a woman lawyer or a woman judge.
Social worker.
I'm sorry?
There's a woman social worker who is against me.
Yeah. You know, I think we have to talk about it further. Is there any chance you could call back next week? I can't think what I can say about it, but you know, there is some luck attached to it. So if you want to call back next week, please do.
Okay, thank you. Boy, here we are. Started out, we talked about numbers, and then we got, 20 phone calls? Want to thank everybody. Mary Michele, we'll see you next Monday.
Definitely, Mike.
We're going to give you a week off now.
Oh, well, I'm always here, you know.
Well, we'll see.
You never know, right?
All right. Tomorrow, by the way, Sal Prezioso will be with us on Meet the VIPs. Mary Michele, thanks to you. Mike Sarnoff here at WVIP on a Monday. It's the 8th day of April, 1996. Stay tuned now. On WVIP Radio, it is ABC News, followed by Lee Maribal until 1 o'clock. 37 degrees at 10 o'clock. You're listening to WVIP, Mount Kisco.
From ABC News, I'm Doug Limerick. Federal prosecutors from all over the country in Washington today talking about the arrest of Unabomber suspect Theodore Kaczynski.
This afternoon, the rain will be tapering off, but our high temperatures for tomorrow only near 50. At night, a clearing trend develops. Tuesday night, low temperatures will settle back into the 30s. Mixed clouds and sun, a breezy and cool day on Wednesday with highs only in the 40s. For VIP, I'm meteorologist Steve Pelletieri.
And we're at 43 degrees, sunny at Radio Circle, 6 past the hour. 1-800-TRY-BET is changing forever the way you're going to buy a mattress. I repeat, 1-800-TRY-BET is now going to make buying a new mattress easy for you. From now on, you will no longer ever have to go through the hassle of phony department store mattress sales, high-pressure mattress salesmen, or haggling over a mattress price. 1-800-TRY-BET is now announcing drastic permanent price reductions on all of their brand-name mattress sets. 1-800-TRY-BET is the largest area dealer of brand-name mattresses. The same mattresses found at expensive department stores and other 800 numbers. The difference is now 1-800-TRY-BET guarantees up front to have the lowest prices on all Sealy Posturepedic, Certa-Perfect Sleeper, and Spring Air mattresses, or else you'll get your new mattress for free. Besides this incredible low price guarantee, 1-800-TRY-BET still offers their unbeatable package of free delivery and free removal of your old mattress. Call 1-800-TRY-BET today for the guaranteed lowest prices on all brand name mattresses, and you'll never have to worry about whether you could have gotten a better deal elsewhere. That's 1-800-TRY-ABED. That's 1-800-TRY-BET, the smart way to buy a mattress. And welcome to Meet the VIPs, our guest today. Obviously, it's a Monday. There she is, Mary Michele. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you, Mike?
Going to take a breath here. Feels much better. We've got to get right to the phones because we don't like to keep people who are sitting on their car phones waiting too long. Nancy, are you there? Nancy, can you hear me? Nancy, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Okay, good morning. Give us your date of birth, please.
May 3rd, 1950.
All right, 5/3/50. Mary Michele, you're on with her.
Hi, Nancy. Did you have a particular question?
I'm having a real tough time with my daughter. Not myself, but just everything around me is kind of falling apart, and I'm wondering if I'm hitting some rough roads here, or will I get out of this one?
Okay. You were born just after the full moon, which makes your relationships in general something that is very much about polarities, extremes. You know, you have to, what you're working out is how to bring things down to a moderate level with your relationships. Taurus is a fixed sign. Change is not something that comes easily. It's a very comforting sign. As a parent, I'm sure that you're someone that provides a tremendous amount of security, but lots of times children need to have, they need to not have security. They need to have someone allow them to be chaotic. It's always a push-pull. With the moon in Sagittarius, you're philosophical, so you do have the ability to roll with it somewhat. You also have Mercury in Taurus, Mars in Virgo, Jupiter in Pisces, Venus in Pisces. You have a Venus-Jupiter conjunction. That's very nice. Venus is exalted. Your ability to love people is very pure. You know, there's always a higher thing going on with it. You know, it should have been bad, or more difficult with her for the last 2.5 years, but there should have been a shift, in the last week or so. Perhaps, right now with the sun in Aries, it's a little bit, there's too much activity going on. The springtime is a time that people want to have, they want to make big changes and they want to go out there and they want to have fun. How old is she?
She is 16.
Well, that adolescent period, I think in the springtime, it gets a little, things get more difficult for the person, the adolescent and the parent. If you just think of the 1st of May and how everybody wants to go out and party kind of thing. So I think that, certainly for you throughout the year, it's a lucky year for you in terms of making money, your ability to make money, your ability to work hard. Any detail-oriented work that you do, you'll have a lot of luck with that. The structure in your life, you'll be having luck with the structure in your life. I think if you focus on yourself and what you need to do in your career, are you a working person?
I'm a homemaker.
Well, if there's something that you would like to do in the outside world in some capacity, you would have a lot of luck with it this year. But, focus more on yourself, and she'll be fine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
We apologize. The car phone was going through little peaks and valleys there of where people could talk to him. Let's get to line 4. Judy is here. Judy, are you there? Judy, can you hear me? Hello? Judy? Judy, are you there? Judy, can you hear me? All right, we seem to be having a problem. Let's try this. Judy, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, we found you. We had to push the right button. It said number 4, and it was number 3. Date of birth, please.
February 6th, 1954.
Hi, Judy. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I was in a car accident in 1992, and I've been waiting for the case to come to court, and it's finally going to come to court in April. Any ideas of how it will turn out, and on the romance side, what will happen?
Okay. Let's see. Let me deal with the car accident. 2654. The sun in Aquarius, the moon in Aries. Is there a lady lawyer involved with this, or
yes, there is.
Yeah. Do you get along with her?
Off and on. She's a very unpredictable kind of person.
Well, I'm sure that, you have to be careful with her. She is going through kind of a rough time vis-a-vis you right now. So probably her own life, but it's coming on into your life. I don't know. Is there some way to work around her?
Not that I know of, because I was going to try to eliminate her and go to another lawyer, but he said by doing so, then the whole case starts all over again. And seeing I'm so close to going to court, I didn't want to wait another 3-4 years down the line.
When in April is the court date?
April 14th.
April 14th. All right, well, you know, in general, it's kind of the sun and the moon are harmoniously aspected in your chart. Right now, the sun is in Aries. You have the moon in Aries. So your unconscious is kind of doing battle. And it should be a time when you will be able to do battle well, you know, but you really have to think about it. Aries is not a sign